Alison and I both started playing music when we were 11 years old. She started on the sax and I learned to play guitar and have, as long as I can remember, been a singer. And she was raised in Southern California and I was raised in the far north of New Zealand. So similarly, we both grew up in the culture of the sea. We were introduced in 2015 by Bruno Kuhn at a gig I was doing with Rock Diedrich and Dave Sutton at Molly's in LA. And we just fused together incredibly well. It locked in on a mental and spiritual level. So then the music just became like another world where we could escape to and elevate our souls even more. And that became a deeper experience every time we played. And until now, it's just become true nature.
We just tuned into the same spiritual wavelength. You know, without words, we can feel each other. And when that translates to a stage, it is a spiritual experience.
Down the place when you hear the siren, let them see you just like me. Same devotion and same diversity. Them apple never fall far from the tree.
You keep it real.
You know you got to keep it real.
Oh, you make me feel.
You know you got to make me feel. Oh, you make me come.
I was a bit of a late bloomer when it comes to my love of reggae music. It wasn't until some years later in my 20s and I heard a world anthem band, specifically Jelani Jones singing Your House by Steel Pulse. I didn't know at the time, I just know every time I heard that song, it moved me and I had to stop and I had to listen. And it started to happen with more and more music that I heard and I just was drawn to it more and more.
The taker is not the liberator. He con man, an imitator.
I've really loved writing and producing an album influenced by reggae. It's allowed me to speak my own voice about negative aspects of our human race and in equal measure the power of positivity that overrides them. And I mean, I've listened for years to artists like Steel Pulse, Bob Marley, Lee Scratch, Gladiators, Toots, Peter Tosh, Burning Spear, Black Uhuru, UB40, and on and on and on it goes. And I don't know how it came about that reggae became this vessel for such artists to sing the truth about love and war, but maybe the subject matter being so painful and hard to take is easier to take and understand when it's inside the one and the three. Anyway, however it came about, I'm grateful for it and deeply respect its importance. It is a massive undertaking making an album when you're doing it independently, so teaching yourself about music production is essential, but to start with your writing out of love, not knowing where the songs will end up. Like every album I seem to make takes me on a journey, but I think once you can sense that there's certain songs that need to be grouped together and recorded and released, then you work really hard to make it happen. True Nature on a whole has taken like 6 years, 3 countries and many gifted beings, either playing an instrument or assisting in the recording and mixing. And Lucius Sporich, who helped perform, record and mix the bass and drums, which made it really easy for me to mix the rest. But to start with, working with Justin Stanley actually at Boulevard with Clay Blair on the first tracks we recorded in Hollywood. Those sessions truly set the bar for where I needed the album to go, especially Justin's mix of 1 to 10.
One for the land and the far circumcising. One for the wild trying to survive it. One for the virgin forest and declining.
visuals are important as well. They're kind of necessary to go along with the record. So having shot a lot of footage over the years, I really enjoy that, so I actually enjoy editing and creating videos, and I was happy to create a couple of music videos for this project. I think just creating in general, for me, that's the payoff, like that's the gig. Like there's no better place to be than totally in a creative zone. It's just such a blessing to be able to do this.
Nobody learning, I know what's in my soul, baby, baby, baby.
Alison and I toured the North Island of New Zealand at the start of 2020, and it was the first tour we'd ever done together. We booked 7 shows just to play the songs out live. We didn't have any merch. We really just wanted to see how the music would affect a live audience, and what we found was that people really connected with it, which blew us away. I think when you do something from the heart, people feel that energy.
Every show is different, and performing our music on stage together for people is a spiritual experience.
Some boy a bully, you see them man a gangster. Politician, yes them talk, me no want them rumor. Them a spread pure like them spread propaganda. Cause the people bout their place, see them still a suffer. Starvation, amnesty and hunger. People take a look at what a go on in Syria. Bomb a fall, people yes them can't find no shelter. Superpower, yes we have to charge them for murder.